Welcome to Transformative or Traditional. We are here to verify or debunk current news headlines, events, or policies. Here to help us is our guest, Ahmed El Ganzouri, along with his expertise in automotive sustainability. Ahmed, thank you so much for being here.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
So you're about to see why we invited him. Ahmed is a sustainability manager at GM. He is excited to fuse sustainability efforts and initiatives with a people-centric approach, works to support the decarbonization of the auto sector with an ultimate goal of providing emissions-free vehicles through an emissions-free process. This sounds incredibly exciting. I'm so excited to dive into our topics today. Are you ready to decide transformative or traditional?
Bring them on.
Awesome. All right. Our first article is from the New York Times, and the headline, Could Roads Recharge Electric Cars? The technology may be close. So to give a little context into the article, range anxiety is keeping consumers away from purchasing electric vehicles. Could roadways that electrically power cars during their commute be a huge boost to the EV industry, or is the technology just too far away? Transformative or traditional?
I think I'm going to have to say transformative because it's very exciting. Yes, it's far out, but you got to start somewhere. And I think to see they've already kind of got a concept, potentially. I know even the concept is a concept of a concept, but that's still very exciting. They're talking with states and the DOE and Department of Transportation to actually get it kind of tested out. So they're doing their homework. They've done their research. I'm very excited. I think this could be kind of the new frontier. You know, we're putting a lot of R&D into, your traditional charging, but this could be the next step, which is very exciting. I think it could also, provide other opportunities like charging at home on your driveway, so you don't actually have to plug anything in. I think this company is working on that as well. So imagine just going to the mall, parking in any spot. You don't have to look for an EV spot, and then boom, you're charging. So it's very exciting. I think this could really change the game, not just for, automotive, but how we look at energy and urban planning as a whole. So a lot of potential.
And I was going to ask you for a prediction how far you think out, but then you said concept. So
we'll see. I really hope it's sooner. But I think there's already actually a concept somewhere in the UK. And it's going pretty well. I think the only issue is usually with freight and trucking and like the heavy loads. But I think I see a lot of potential, and I think honestly it could be within 5-10 years.
Amazing. I love transformative news like that. Okay, so now it's time for our second article, and it's from CNBC. Goldman and VW-backed Northvolt produces battery cell with recycled nickel, manganese, and cobalt. So for more, behind the curtain, recycled materials and circular economy are familiar buzzwords for many ESG experts, but are Northvolt's 100% recycled batteries and plans to recycle 125,000 tons of batteries annually a transformative update as the electric vehicle industry continues to soar, or traditional?
Okay, I'm so torn. It's a bit of both. It is very transformative because we're seeing it come to life finally. It's also very exciting to see modular and circular design coming into the automotive world, where we were a bit behind, but we're catching up. I think it's also going to localize like mining and where you're getting your raw materials from. So what this could produce is little mini mines in a whole bunch of different countries, right? So even in North America, where we don't have these materials. So it can give an auto company the transparency and more control over its raw materials, and that could help sustainability in a huge way. So very exciting on all these fronts. Traditional in sense of, will there be a business case? Will it actually be successful? And how will all the little tiny details all work out? So we'll just have to wait and see, but very exciting nonetheless.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, we're at the last article from Forbes. Solid-state batteries promise electric car popularity boost, but technical mountains await. So solid state technology may have the potential to innovate the EV industry, but as this tech remains out of reach for potentially the most crucial years of the market, could we say this is just traditional, or do these batteries promise a transformative future?
I feel like I have to say transformative and I have to come with an asterisk. It's because we have just announced a huge innovation center dedicated to battery technology, including solid state. So a part of me like obviously transformative, and I do see a lot of potential, right? This could really change the game in terms of how EVs are built and the recyclability, so come to the previous article, but also lowering the cost significantly and extended range. So it's like a win-win-win because I also win because it's more sustainable. So it's just like it could really change what we can offer to the customer. And I think that would be very exciting. And I think the other issue here, kind of to the first article, is the time span. But we're seeing a lot of regulations that are going to mandate, right? Like, for example, England, they've said no more internal combustion vehicles by 2030. We're seeing very similar regulations all across the globe in various different jurisdictions. So we're going to have to get there, and we have to get there fast. And this is one way to get us there.
That's amazing. And I also have to say, I think you have the most transformative outlook right now that we've
I'm just
had.
so excited by everything. I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. I think, you know what, a lot of things are kind of maybe early on, but we gotta go. I think we don't have time anymore to kind of like linger and go, oh, what if it failed? I think you just gotta go for it, go fast. And we're seeing a lot of that happen right now.
That's amazing. I feel so excited after chatting with you. Like I said, we're seeing the most progress here in this episode. And so before I let you go and continue your transformative work, what is one thing that you're excited about that we can share with our community?
Oh, I think we're talking about electric vehicles and renewable energy. You know, in our world, we're seeing that kind of get combined. We're looking at how do our customers use your vehicles and how can you use that vehicle as a source of energy, and when do you charge it, and how do you make sure it's coming from a renewable source. So, you know, I'll do a little plug in Texas right now. We're working with our customers and we can get you 100% renewable energy at no extra cost. So I think the whole auto sector is going to really transform how we look at urban planning and city design when it comes to energy. And I think it's very exciting because it'll hopefully lead to very exciting innovations.
That's great. And how can people follow your work or follow what's happening?
Oh, I am on LinkedIn, Ahmed El Ganzouri, and also always follow GM Twitter's account.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. That is it for this week's Transformative or Traditional. If you would like more insight into implementing positive ESG and SDG outcomes, follow systemCHANGR on social media or dive into our community think tank of experts. You can find that at systemschangr.com, and that's changer without the E. All right, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.